Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Diamond's Groove, and in today's video we're talking about how to deal with a tricky partner. A tricky partner is a partner who has the tendency or the habit of resisting or dodging things that are important. They like to run away from responsibilities, and their decisions or desires may change in a short period of time. Tricky partners are hard to deal with because you don't know what they actually want. They can deceive you into doing things you don't want to do. They can deceive you in their action, in what they say. They could mislead you to do what is actually not meant to be so. Tricky partners are not people you should rely on because their words changes. They can say something and mean something else. They can do something and then deny it. You cannot count on them and you can't trust them because they change. What they say today might not be what they will say tomorrow. They are quite difficult to get along with because you don't understand them. So they are quite tricky with their behavior, with their habits. They are quite tricky with the pattern of their lifestyle. They lack empathy and concern for other people. They are not concerned if what they are doing is going to hurt this person. They can throw you under the bus. They are difficult to understand and get along with. They're only concerned of their happiness. They don't care if what they do hurts you. They don't care about their actions, and they don't care about the repercussions of their actions. They tend to ask questions so that they get to know you so much and have something to say about you. They pick information that they gather and use it against you. They use it to take advantage. So you have to be careful when dealing with a tricky partner so that you don't give them so much information. They also try so hard to get negative information about their partners so that they can use it to belittle you, to make you feel low by bringing up such information that they have. And this helps them satisfy their ego, their ill feeling. There's a particular part of them that they feel happy and fulfilled when they do such to you. So when you are with a tricky partner, you have to be very careful with them because they are so manipulative. They know how to get you talk. They know what to tell you because this is them. They know what to tell you or say to you such that you are going to speak so much that they will also use all of these that they've gathered from you or heard about you to now use it against you and make mockery of you at the same time. They have this ability to achieve things in a very clever way. They are so smart because they are dubious, obviously. So they know what will get to you. They are deceitful. They are never straightforward. And so you have to be careful about them. So in this video, I'll be giving us few points on how to handle a tricky partner. Our first point on how to handle a tricky partner is do not compromise. Tricky partners always have a way to get more answers from you so that they can use it against you. If you're with a tricky partner, you do not have to compromise for them. Don't compromise your standards because they milk you dry. They make sure that they get what they want from you. So when you're dealing with them, you have to deal with them with all amount of wisdom. You have to be very smart. You do not have to compromise on your beliefs, on your values, on what you hold in high esteem. If you definitely have to say no, say it politely, say it with your full chest because they are manipulative. They always want to invalidate your own feelings. Tricky partners can guilt trip you into believing things that are not true, and they make you feel guilty for past events. They always remind you of the past, things that they know about you. They will always remind you about such things. They just want to see you down. They want to see you at your lowest. They make you feel guilty of your failures, your mistakes, your actions that they know about. And probably maybe you have even confided in them. And they use that to trap you such that you cannot speak up, because they will talk you out of what you believe, what you truly want. They will talk you out of what will benefit you. They'll make you see reasons why you shouldn't do what will be helpful for you at the long run, because they don't want to see you happy. They are so tricky in nature. For you to stay with a tricky partner, for you to handle them, you have to be stern with your decisions. When they know that they can't get you, then they'll know that you know their tactics. They want you to go against your wish, your decisions for yourself, your plan. So when you are with a tricky partner, you do not have to compromise. Our next point on how to handle a tricky partner is that you have to draw boundaries. You have to set boundaries so that from drawing those boundaries, you could know their dislikes and their likes. You could know your differences and your similarities. You could know what makes you stronger and what is going to pull you apart. So when you're with a tricky partner, you have to set boundaries. It helps you figure out what you are comfortable with, what you can take, and it also helps your partner know how you want to be treated. When you set boundaries, it helps you respect each other's differences. Setting boundaries helps you communicate and know each other very well. It helps you set the pace to understand each other. When you set these boundaries and you see that your partner is going against such, is not doing what is making you happy, you can call your partner politely to order, because they always want to violate everything. So you have to be wise and smart enough not to let them have their way. So it will help you get back on track and help you settle and handle issues and make you not become aggressive and violent. And also it will help you put your tricky partner in check. So that brings us to the next point, which is communication. Communication is a very vital key in a relationship. Communication cannot be overemphasized. This is how we express ourselves. This is how we communicate to reach out to our partners. It helps partners speak out and also tell their partner what is bothering them, what is the problem, what is the way forward. As long as you do not communicate, there will be an issue. So for you to handle a tricky partner, you have to communicate. A tricky partner may not like to communicate with you. They will start giving you some certain attitudes. They will start exhibiting some dramatic kind of nature like that because they do not want to communicate. So when a tricky partner starts withdrawing, starts withholding, start acting in some certain kind of way, start acting in a funny way, you should be able to understand. Wait for them, find the right time and speak to them. They cannot run away from it. As long as you know that you are dealing with a tricky partner, you do not have to give them that space to capitalize on you. You do not have to allow them make the shots. They will try all possible ways to make you unhappy and uncomfortable so that you will notice them. They want you to notice them so that you will give them attention to manipulate you into speaking, into doing things or promising them things against your wish. Partner can start acting tricky when they feel unsure, when they are not certain about you. Those who also have their fears, they will start acting or exhibiting their habits of being tricky. Communicate so that you get to understand what they are going through. Another way on how to handle a tricky partner is for you to learn patience. You have to be patient with them. Some may necessarily not be that tricky, but they are going through situations, they are going through stuffs that make them act so cranky that they start acting so tricky. They probably may not want to speak up. So they now start exhibiting such habits. So you have to learn patience so that you will know if this is actually a temporary kind of attitude or habit, or if it has to do with what they are going through. So you have to be patient with them. Maybe your partner may be going through something, some kind of tough moment, which they are not able to speak up at the time, which will come off as being tricky. You're not able to understand whatever he or she is doing. They might start to act dubious from your own perspective. So you have to be patient with them. You don't have to draw a conclusion at the same time. Because whatever they are going through may start reflecting in their attitudes towards how they handle things, they respond, how do they do stuff, because they're trying to act so sneaky, they're trying not to come up straight like this is what I'm going through. So their reflection of whatever they are going through within them, they start reflecting such. So you have to give them time. So another way to handle a tricky partner is to be patient. But immediately you know that this person is tricky for sure, then don't allow them to capitalize on that bad habit. Another way to handle a tricky partner is for you to talk less, or you change the subject. A tricky partner will always want to manipulate you, will always want to put you down. So they ask you so many questions. They ask you things in a nice way. They are corny. They ask you things that will make you speak so much, to know much about you, so that they will be able to gauge you and know your lifestyle. Do not grant them that audience. Information, they say, is power. So talk less, or you change the topic. Do not let your ego get the best of you, that you respond to them in details. It does not make you less. For you to handle a tricky partner, you have to talk less, or you change the topic, change the subject of discussion. Another way to handle a tricky partner is for you to agree with them. Don't get emotional. Just agree with them and do it your way. If they are saying something and you know very well that whatever they are saying is not true, let them have it their way. Let them just, yeah, it's correct. Let them just have their way. For your mental health, for your peace, for your sanity, don't go into such arguments. You know yourself. You know the right answers. You know what is best for you. Do not be influenced by their decision. Have a mind of your own. So do not just get emotional. Do not argue with them. Do not feel that you need to prove a point. They know how to get to you, and they will use it to trigger you. They know what will trigger you. So another way to handle a tricky partner, you have to outsmart them and throw them off balance. Identify your triggers, identify your weakness, identify your strengths, and chest it, so that even though they use it against you, it doesn't get to you. So you have to outsmart them. The last point on how to handle a tricky partner is that you have to get away from them. You have to walk away from them. If you know that you cannot handle it anymore, for your peace of mind, for your sanity, for your personality, for yourself, get away from them. And so guys, we've come to the end of this video on how to handle a tricky partner. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. Give this channel a thumbs up, and please turn on your post notification. There's a bell there. Please turn it on so you get to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. Please kindly share it to your family. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.